Greetings and salutations to you, my dear friends. I of course hope you have been very well. Your ears, in fact, do not deceive you. This is Kluger, and Kluger is back on the YouTube internet video platform making a Fallout 4 Sims Settlements video. Listen, I'll be TBH. It's been a long time. Kluger's feeling rusty and a little bit out of the loop vis-a-vis asynchronous gameplay commentary, but we are going to try, well, I am going to try my very best in delivering a thorough and interesting building entertainment experience for you. Good job. Yeah, that works. Okay, good. Listen, okay. Yes, I've been gone a while. I don't want to get too into it right this very second, but Kluger is back. He thanks you for your patience. And yes, let's do some stuff. As you might be able to tell, I have selected Hangman's Alley for the place where the building will occur this time around. Now, some of the stalwart fans among you may remember in my very first Sim Settlement series, I did spend some time building here in Hangman's Alley. However, my dear viewer, we are going to have a distinct and different experience this time around. But look, I'm going to show you my menus. Oh, get ruined. Yes. And we're going to get into it. I don't want to spend too much time. Well, look, I'm going to keep talking, make no mistake, but I want to get to work as acquiescently as possible. All right, we're away, we're firing. Let's get to work. I've done some basic cleanup around here, just for anyone who's wondering, vis-a-vis the removal of certain junk items and that kind of thing. As you can tell here, for example, I've opened this door. I've spent a bit of time tidying up. I've cleared the immediate area of threats, which is to say some, excuse me, some raiders and super mutants and etc. from the area. And of course, I have captured Hangman's Alley. It is ours to use and function with. Now, briefly, I will while we start getting situated, I'm going to start doing some basic building. What I'm going to be working on right now, the first step to make me a little... the first step should be getting some freaking settlers in here. But following that, the first step is probably going to be setting up some basic wall defenses to the point of mods, which is why I was trying to bring that up. The reason I'm so excited to be building here in Hangman's Alley is because I'm using the All Settlements Extended. I believe that's what it's called, that mod, because it is a very, very good mod, and it makes Hangman's Alley a thoroughly appealing... What the heck was that? Doge meat, calm down. I tripped on this gun, I'm assuming. It makes it a very thoroughly interesting place to build, so that's what we are going to be doing. It gives us access to a lot of the roads surrounding Hangman's Alley, access to part of the apartments on, I've been referring to it as the backside, or I guess the Diamond City side, I think, of Hangman's Alley. We get access to some of the waterfront, we get access to some of the bridge heading towards the shipwreck. What is it, the USS Rip something Tide? I can't remember. So it gives us this really beautiful sort of fortress-like layout where we've got this outer sort of layer and then we've got this inner sort of sanctum, which I'm going to an extent, try and preserve. There's some really cool stuff here and a really good excuse to try go up, because there are some... From what I can see, some nice usable surfaces up here. This is a very good surface, actually. It's very nice to build. You can actually fit an internal plot up here. And last time I tried to build here, internal plots didn't even exist. So I'm thoroughly excited to squash some internal plots into this sort of inner area. I might scrap some of these buildings, and I maybe will defer to you all in the comments vis-a-vis what you would like to see happen. I think some of these can go just to make a little more space and sort of turn this into more of like... an internal communal kind of area. We'll have to think about that, but we'll work through that as it comes along. But first things first, also first things first, good, the SOE pack is working. That's another mod I've got installed. I've got several different mods to sort of try and open the palette when it comes to building options. So that is a thing. Place anywhere and scrap everything, of course, are mods that I have going on, but I don't have dank seance yet, so I can't yet build large generators. We're working towards that, don't even trip. But it's not a major issue for right now. Basically, all I want to do right now is get a basic recruitment beacon on the floor, so we can get some individuals rolling in here, you know what I'm saying? We'll probably move this in due time. Hello? No? Excuse me? Oh, real funny, Am. Even the SOE pack has some nice ones that only, which rely on wireless power, which is pretty cool. And they're a lot less in the way. You can like stick them on top of roofs and stuff, and they look really good. But yeah, I'm really excited to build here because I see so much potential in the layout with all settlements extended. Briefly, while I'm on mods, I am using the increased build limit mod as well. Visually, you'll see I'm using some E&B related stuff, specifically Natural Atmospheric Commonwealth and the PhotoRealistic Commonwealth mods, along with a community retexture, which doesn't retexture everything, but it does retexture a good amount of the stuff in the game. So please let me know what you all think of the retexture. I really like it personally. I think it looks fantastic. It to me actually feels like a completely different game, more or less. And it's really like encouraged me to be playing more, essentially. So I'm hoping that you all are enjoying it as much as I am. There is a bit of depth of field switched on as well, which I know can sort of make some people feel a little I don't know, like squirrely or like sometimes even nauseous. If that is the case, do let me know, because I'm happy to consider your feedback and thoughts on that. But to briefly touch on my interim absence, I'm expecting that I probably won't be able to put out as frequent content as I used to in the past, and so to that end, I'm hoping to make sort of slightly more high production / cinematic looking stuff when I can. Basically, less quantity, more quality, if that makes sense. In the meantime, this is being a real rude boy. No. Just calm your farm, mate. We have not placed this with due accuracy. I've actually, in a test build, I've done this and it worked quite well. But you've got to be pretty selective. What are you doing over there, ASAM bloke? Now I want to choose a specific plan. Where's my mate you witwit? Because he has... hello? Did I... Oh, there it is. Hobo box, hobo living. Haha, yes. We'll go with this good old hobo living. This isn't a boxcar, but listen. See, we're working in this narrow space. It's gonna come out really nicely. So yeah, the E&B stuff. 2 settlers already? Excuse me? The E&B stuff looks dope. IMO. I'm really happy with having them in the game. I will continue with them unless I am completely and utterly overruled by chart. So yeah, let me know what you think. Otherwise, I am just mostly running a bunch of Sim Settlements mods. You know, obviously all the Sim Settlement stuff with the expansions, and a bunch of Sim Settlements add-ons, like for my mates, Captain Coots, Uwitwit, Eldarth, all those fellas who do great work in the modding community. I've got their business in the GAM. I am also running arbitration and what's it called? Choose your own difficulty. We'll go mini bedroom. I think should be a good one for this area, because again, this is a slightly small room. I do like these 2 particular buildings, this one and that one. They work really nicely. I might get rid of this one, though. Let's see. Is there any like NPC? Sometimes there's like NPC, like invisible NPC idle behavior placed on some of these, which I can't see at the moment, which is fine. We can still make other communal areas and just sort of open up the space in here, because that's a little bit in the way, but that's fine. Oh, you keep yourself busy, huh? Have I got the what's your name mod working, or do I have to make the...
Yes.
I've got to make the, what's that thing called? The holotape for it. So, farming is always my prime directive. I did intend to actually start working on setting up our defensive walls, because that's going to be really exciting. Hopefully I've inserted some cutaway footage to sort of show you all the areas we have access to, but look. We've got such great space to build in. It's fantastic. And I really like this little nook here. I'm planning on, in my test build, I put a couple of internal farm plots here. It works really well. We could probably use the waterfront for some of that as well. But, listen, one step at a time, alright? Just calm down. We're just gonna basically keep these individuals busy for the short term. And we'll take it from there, alright? You what? Come on. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna put object snap on, and we're gonna just stick 2 side by side. I think that'll... What the? No. Wow. All right, so I missed the wall by a considerable distance, apparently. Listen, fight me. Look, I can't stand having the having those individuals floating off the wall. It looks so wrong. No. Wow. He's actually not done it. Look, just knock it down. It's fine. Ah, wrong one. There we go. Yeah, just knock it down. Is that close enough? Are we going to pay it? Look, you can't really tell. It's going to be fine. And we also need to block this off. I really love this little nook. And in fact, oh, I'm so excited by this as well. This alleyway down here, this tunnel, I can't believe we're able to build in there. Look, that fires me up in an unreasonably ornerated sort of fashion. But I think maybe what we could do... So it was like this access rampy sort of thing. Okay. Let the building commence. Maybe just a wooden structure? No, not wooden floors, you goose. A wooden wall. Nah. Yeah, smack bang in the middle there. Come on. Oh, we had you, mate. This is the game I remember. It wants to face the opposite direction. Excuse me? I'm getting the sense I'm going to have to manually place this. Because in order to face this way... look. What a rude individual. Oop. As long as that doesn't look like complete trash. It fits really well. It fits super well. Probably just bring it up a little tiny bit. Yeah, it's nice and flush. It kind of looks like it's meant to be there. It still gives us access if we want to, because this is going to be our area as well, and we're probably going to sort of make this a defensible location. That's got some flow to it. Alright. Okay, cool. I like this one. I'm not so sure I'm fond of this one. At least, just in this position, it looks a little bit strange, if you ask me. Wall farm by Oh No. It just looks a little bit intense, you know? Choose building plan. Bus farm front. Oh, look, I know some of those. Those are some big individuals. Plant tubs, that could be a cool one. The garden cases one is cool as well. Look, there's so many good mod makers, y'all. You do some fantastic work. We'll go garden cases front. Passable from front only. That works for me. So this is the front. We can acquiesce the front. Don't even trip. And these need power, don't they? Classic. Although apparently at level 1 they don't need power. Which is nice. Doors. I want a door. Object snap though. There we go. So we've got a nice little safe farming nook. We're laughing, and we'll give these individuals some basic power for now. You know, how I tend to do this is sort of more modularly, for lack of a better term, at the start, and then we sort of expand to some more neat and tidy central power meta once we get further on into it. Now, of course, you may be noticing that I'm able to build with essentially no fuss, no issue when it comes to materials. That's because I've chosen to sort of, in that regard, sandbox ourselves, or you know what I'm trying to say. Kluger has words. Don't even worry about it. There we go. So they should be juicing along nicely at the moment. We need to set up some water as well. We'll probably use the waterfront for that. But yeah, like, you know, we're still working with dynamic needs. I haven't sort of made the building sort of thing easy mode in that respect. But you know, when it comes to recording, and me as well, I feel like I'm a good building person in this game, and I want to focus on the building. I did have the thought of actually doing a more survival-centric playthrough, and you know, trying to actually not hardcore mode it, but sort of introduce the survival side of Sim Settlement and play it more like a normal Fallout playthrough. But Fallout playthroughs have been done, whereas I think the building aspect of this game is where my strength lies, and I'm just trying to accelerate that aspect of it, if that makes sense, rather than, you know, spending a lot of episodes taking a lot of time trying to farm up materials, essentially. Because that's for me, at least in terms of production, I think that's kind of boring. I like playing that way, and that's why I considered doing that, but for the sake of video, I think it makes more sense for me to do it this way. So that is what we're doing. For now, we'll chuck a water purifier in. Keep things pretty simple. We're going to tidy all this up in the long run, but you know, we've got to get our basic needs met so our settlers don't crack the wobblies. It's gonna become much more lewd in due time. Don't even trip about it. All right, we're laughing. We're laughing. Yeah, I'm using was it backpacks of the Commonwealth or wearable backpacks and armor? I can't remember. I always get the two mods mixed up. They confuse me greatly. Excuse me, hello? Did I leave this open? Mate, we can't be so freaking flippant with our defenses. Incredibly rude. But look, I'm really excited to be back, everyone. I know I've been gone a long time. Don't even trip. But I'm here and we're back. And hello, can you please give me a loading job? Advanced Engineering Workbench. I don't even know what that does. Oh, look at all these. Excuse me? I've got intuitive designs though. Okay, so we can build that one. I was going to get real tilted there for a sec. I want to make a chemistry station. Yes. Enchanté, mademoiselle. Is that facing the right way? I think so. Only one way to find out, eh? Boop though? He's done it. He's done it. So look, no, but real talk. Thanks for your patience, everyone who has been sort of hanging around and essentially what was happening, and this is a completely cool thing, people were still watching my videos and, you know, occasionally leaving comments, and that's what I'm looking for. And subscribing to the channel despite my complete and utter absence. It tends to be the sort of serendipitous nature of YouTube in that the less you try, the more people seem to watch, but just seeing that happen, I was very gracious. Well, not gracious. I was very humbled by seeing that happen, and that's part of what sort of encouraged me to come back. I try to be creative in many ways, and you know, to a certain extent, I wanted to come and be creative where people were interested in seeing me be creative, and hence here I am trying to do some stuff, at least in some aspects, for you. My absence to a certain extent is attributable to my interest in music, which is essentially my primary. I've got two of them now. Oh, rude. I didn't check my inventory first. I think I just got to load it and unload it, and that should do the job. And yeah, that's always going to be my sort of primary creative output. I really, really, really like music is me, essentially. So that is my primary focus, but I really miss doing this as well. So in some, like when I do have the capacity to do so, I am going to, no, okay, that didn't work. I am going to make some videos for you guys. So here we are doing that exact thing. Sometimes the thing can just be a little bit funny.
Yes?
No? Excuse me? We can't play this video game. Without fancy names. I might have to fast travel too. I'll try that as well. Maybe between episodes. Ah, so rude. Is there anything else I have to talk about mod-wise? No, we covered the E&B stuff, so that's all fine. Talked about why I was away. So let's actually start doing a little bit of building, hey? And this will probably carry over into the next episode, because I do want to get us set up in terms of basic defenses and that kind of thing as well. So listen, I've got a new PC as well, so that's why I'm able to run these mods at sort of like dank high super textures and also record it for you, which is, look, super exciting for me, make no mistake. But on my old PC, I did a test playthrough. Not test playthrough, how do I explain? I did like a little test build here in Hangman's Alley, and it was ostensibly with an older version of All Settlements Extended, because it didn't come out this far last time. Or this didn't come out so delightfully and deliciously out over the bridge. So I mean, from memory, we can get a decent way up here before we time out. which is freaking amazing. And that to me makes this entryway like, this is the way in, right? This is like, this is our gate. This is our gateway, you know? I'm gonna quick save just in case something bad happens. This is like the primary entrance, you know? This is where you enter whatever we're calling this place. I don't even know yet. Also, for those of you who've watched the previous series, you'll be familiar with Ron, our delightful anti-hero from the previous series. This is not necessarily Ron. I haven't done any sort of roleplay continuity this time around, though I am open to the idea. But for now, you know, there is no pretense behind the building. We are just sort of building because building is fun. But that's not to say we're not building sort of thematically. In a manner of speaking, where I'm thinking about it pragmatically, trying to lay it out so, you know, the defenses make sense, but also, you know, look good. All that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you've watched my channel before, you're sort of familiar with my building style. I try to make things functional, and I mean, at its core as well, I try to build stuff that is not only kind of ambitious and kind of what I think looks good, but also practical for those of you who are trying to build yourself. Essentially be like try to provide a little bit of food for thought or inspiration for those of you who are playing, even in a more, how would I say, like vanilla or like at a regular non-accelerated building pace as I'm doing it here. So that's an important thing, TBH. Yeah, we've got these blokes here. Check them out. Maybe I'll waste them another time. But it's cool that we can get this close. I could probably even set a sentry onto those blokes. But for now, we'll ignore them. So yeah, I don't want to make this entryway sort of too overbearing, at least until you get to here. We'll have to figure out what kind of gate's going to fit in here. But what I'm thinking for here is a bit of a zigzag kind of thing, you know? So something that will, how do you say? Oh man, we even got access down there. Man, okay, good. Yeah, something that's gonna, if we were to get attacked from here, you know, hypothetically, something that would cause people to have to sort of run in a zigzag pattern and sort of delay their entry and make them suffer the wrath of our turrets and defenses and all that sort of jazz. So what I was thinking, actually, I don't remember what we have in terms of, if we go decoration, not wall decoration, SOE barriers. We got a bunch of this sort of stuff, but it's not the barrier that I am actually thinking of. I think Homemaker might actually have it. Good times, eh? Scrolling through all these menus, it's always nice. I think maybe Homemaker decorations. Not vehicles, not landscaping. Maybe miscellaneous? Exterior? There's a lot of stuff in here. Homemaker's awesome, but there aren't that many categories. Well, there are a lot of categories, but there could be even more, in a sense. Yeah, I think we're on the right path. I'm looking for the concrete barriers. You know the ones. You know the one. No, not in there. Wow. Warehouse supplies, miscellaneous. Listen, I've come across these before. Don't even trip. It's not going to be in here. Oh, I'm getting so rooted. This is why you watch the Kluger channel, right? I knew it. Not signs. Get out of here. Landscaping? Unlikely. Foliage? Good old foliage. Mate! Oh, I thought I had this. Homemaker. Now let's take a step back here. Furniture, fences, maybe. Haha, it's going to be in fences, I betcha. These are actually kind of cool. They're a bit tall for my liking, but they're in the. Oh, here. This is what. Finally. Okay. We're in. Blah blah blah. No. Have I failed again? Oh, you're so rude. Those are cool though. Misc barriers. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're in the ballpark now. These ones. Jersey barricade. Or even sandbags could be cool. Maybe we'll do like a combination of stuff. You know? Do we want to come all the way up to here? So you're going to come down here. No, you probably want a bit of a thing, right? Oh, this could even be really cool. I don't want to go too friggin' Hambony on it though, you know? I don't want to like add too many things at once. Because it would probably look gross if we go a bit absurd with it, you know? So that's cool as well. Oh, my lantern. Because, you know, this is the friggin' wasteland, yo. You gotta be resourceful with it. You know? I don't want to make this initial bit look too uniform. So you gotta come through here. And then we'll put like another something here. Oh, look at all the junk fences though. Listen. I bet you I'm not gonna end up using the Jersey barricades. Because I'm an idiot. But like if we go... just like sort of stagger these. I might turn this one around actually, because the floor's doing a weird slope kind of thing, you know? And then we'll screw... ah, that's gotta... listen. I don't need that in my life. So are they crossing over enough, right? Because what you need to try and do is cause a zigzagging pattern, right? That might not be tall enough, though. This one's tall enough. This is good. This is not tall enough. Get out of my life. That's tall enough, but then it's got nothing, it's basically completely see-through. Like, what's the point in that? You know what I'm saying? This could be kind of cool. Gravel wall. This is kind of dope, too, actually. So many options. Like, what if we, will these objects snap? Or am I dreaming? Tell him he's dreaming. Yeah, but we've just used whatever we could in order to, make the ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Might even, like, look, just because I took so long to find the freaking Jersey barricades, I'm gonna add a Jersey barricade here. Just to kind of extend that out, you know? So like, that's the bit where you hunker down, but then forces you around there. I'm trying to be intentionally ramshackle, because that's how you gotta build in the wasteland. You can't make it look too neat and tidy, because that's just disturbing. Alright, and finally, because, you know, I plan to try and go 20 minutes an episode, which we have already surpassed. So, yeah, don't even trip. That's cool, but, like, where would we get these? It's so military, you know? Diamond City fence, that's kind of cool. Oh. Oh. Maybe we should just go a good old-fashioned junk fence. Nah, look, that's boring. Fencing in jail cells, huh? That's a bit rude. Like, that's cool as well, but I don't think that quite... I'm trying to match the highway aesthetic through this portion, you know? Maybe we just go another tire wall. I do like the way that looks. But, like, maybe we'll spin it around, put it on a bit more of a, like, weird angle. You know? Oh, hang on, though. Is that, yeah, that's fine. And that's sort of forcing you around there. You can take this sort of dongle, and then bam, you get hit in the face. See, but then the idea, I wanted to keep them low, because if you're approaching from a distance... I want to be able to see, like, we'd probably put some neon up there or something like that, you know? Something crazy. In that sort of manner. Alright, the last thing we'll check. We'll go back down to our regular sort of meta. No, we're going to go fences. Junk fenceroos. I want to see vis-a-vis whether this will fit. It seems like it will. Which is probably good news. Should probably be pretty happy about that. But is it a bit wasteful to sort of just plonk a door there when we could, like, this whole thing could be the door? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what else could go in there. Like, maybe what, like a barn door? Because... are there big barn doors? Yes. Well, like hinge them there? Would that even make sense? Like, we could put up a frame first. Food for thoughts. You know? Because, yeah, you got these dudes, right? Which I'm assuming is where you chuck the door in. I think that might end up looking a bit weird. I think the regular kind of fence will work out okay. Oh, what am I doing? Structures fence, mate. I was there like 10 seconds ago. So what we could maybe even do, if I'm feeling particularly saucy, I don't know, yeah, we can get through here, I'll fix that. I could maybe even build some, like, fancy little scaffolding. Doge, mate! Some fancy scaffolding to sort of make that into you know, like a guard sentry sort of area of some description, you know what I'm saying? That could be really cool. This looks terrible from this side. Sink it down a little bit more. There we go, that's better. Yes, that is better. They're cut off, alright? They're not sinking, they're cut off. We had to cut them so they could stand up, alright? Don't even trip. Alright, so we've officially started. There's plenty more to go. We could easily spend another episode just getting these initial defenses set up, which is what I want to do. You know, I'm gonna try and keep the episodes focused where I can in terms of like some sort of theme. But I mean, at least for me, in the way I build, there tends to be a sort of hodgepodge, for lack of a better term. I don't know if that's a particularly Aussie thing to say, where you have to build as needs come up, you know. So you got to add more defenses and more plots, and yeah, you kind of keep hopping around in this sort of site. This is rude. Stop opening the door. I'm gonna have to patch. I'm gonna set up some defenses in here. Pretty toot sweet, otherwise they're going to get wrecked. But yeah, I tend to have to hop around. Oh, this looks so good. How beautiful is this ENB? Listen. Yeah, but I tend to have to hop around and sort of put out fires as they come up. But, you know, we'll play it by ear. I'm sure you guys will still enjoy the series in any event. But for now, I think we should leave it here. So, I, of course, thank you for watching and for being patient in my interim while I have been away. Please let me know what you think down in the comments with all the stuff that we have discussed. Any suggestions are more than welcome down below as well. Otherwise, leave a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. My name is Kluger, and you have a great day.